So you normally hear that in a city, and you're like, oh, that must be a Xinjiang guy. Well, you go there, and it's everybody.
You go to a lot of local markets, I assume, and that kind of thing. What is the atmosphere like? That how do you know? What is there dancing? Is there music, or is there just hardcore sales because people are trying to sell their animals or goods, foods? What was that like?
There's an interesting market in Kashgar. Is the livestock market. I don't know if you visited ever, but it's crazy the amount of money that changes hands in this market, because they bring the cows and the bulls and the sheep and everything that is being traded and exchanged, and they're measuring things. How much does this one weigh? Okay, load them up on that one. It's so much energy and so much taking place in such a small place. And that particular market, I'll tell you about other markets, but that particular market is divided in, like, okay, this is where the animals are being traded, and this is where the animals are being consumed. There's like a wall, and then you go to this side, and then there's all the restaurants selling you all the barbecue skewers and the meat and the etc. etc. It's very interesting. You just look this side. Oh, there's the animal walking. Oh, there's the animal on a skewer. It's quite the. I hope vegetarians are not going to walk away from the podcast after hearing this, but that's what it is. In other markets, what you hear is, one of the things that surprised me the most is, because you see people from Xinjiang in other cities, like in my city, for example, and they have this tendency to shout and yell whatever it is that they're selling, sorry. So you normally hear that in a city, and you're like, oh, that must be a Xinjiang guy. Well, you go there, and it's everybody. Everybody in the market. When you go into supermarkets here in China, that's been replaced by a megaphone. But there is just the guys coming out to the street and talking to the people passing by and just selling their goods, but shouting it at the top of the lungs, so that they attract more people. Dancing the markets, usually what you see that it's in the evenings, right? So I was in a place called Sacha. They have this food market for the locals. This is not a very touristy place at all. And I don't know, it was a Friday night, and we arrived there around 8 or something. We were walking around the shopping area, and then we heard some music. Like, was that music playing? So we go into an alley, and we find this 100 people just dancing in their little hut that they had, playing live music. And just the longest songs I've ever heard is a song is 20 minutes. So these are places that are very, very lively. You can see how dynamic their society is, and how tradition is enjoyed with their music, with their culture, with the food, with the language, wherever you go. So the markets are an experience in itself, definitely worth checking. If you have the good fortune of going to Xinjiang, it's totally something that I would recommend anyone to do.